I want to talk to you about something I was reading about that got my attention. Let me start out by saying I am not trying to fearmonger, but this is a subject that we should probably discuss. Over this last week, a group of 5 people tried to break into a home in Texas occupied by a woman and a small child. This happened at 1:20 in the morning in Spring, Texas. A woman knocked on the door and repeatedly said, "DoorDash." What made this sketchy is while she was trying to distract the homeowner, 4 men jumped over the fence in the backyard and tried to gain access to the house. This woman had a takeout bag and a phone in her hand. This was a tag team effort by a group of criminals. The scary part about this is the owner was unaware that this was happening until she looked at the security footage the next day. This group had clearly given this some thought. Had I only seen a picture of the woman at the door with no context, I would have assumed she was a driver. Matter of fact, here's a picture of her at the door. Let me know in the comments if you would have made the same assumption that I made. For those of us who drive at night, it's not very hard to end up at the wrong address by accident. Matter of fact, both me and my next door neighbor have gotten orders delivered to us that we didn't order. I'd like to talk about an experience that one of my subscribers had, and then we'll come back to this story. He was delivering in a bad neighborhood at night and accidentally went into the wrong yard. He was met by the homeowner who pulled a weapon on him. Guys, this could have happened to any one of us. Don't think for a moment that this can't happen to you, because it absolutely can. Now imagine legitimately being a driver and ending up at the wrong house, but the homeowner had seen this news article. Getting the cops called on us is the least of our worries at that point. In a moment, I'd like to talk about some of the things that we can do to protect ourselves, but first I'd like to share something that's happening in my area. I live in Bellingham, Washington, and like most of the Puget Sound, trails interconnect many different neighborhoods throughout the city and state. I could take a trail from here to pretty much Seattle and never end up on an actual sidewalk or road. It's like an outdoorsy type's paradise here. In essence, I can make it from one end of my city to the other without ever actually touching pavement. Not to mention, most of the time these trails are out of view from the road. These trails are frequently used by walkers, bikers, hikers, and sometimes even horseback riders, but more recently, criminals. There's an organized group of criminals that's using these trails to access homes near them, and then using these trails as a quick, camera-free escape. These people are working in teams of 3, with a 4th person working at the trailhead exit parking lot so they can make a quick getaway. These people are targeting homes between 5 and 9 p.m. That's prime driving time for us. This has put entire neighborhoods on alert. Now imagine you just trying to deliver an order and accidentally walking up to the wrong house. Now let's jump back to what happened in Texas. It's unclear what the intent was, but I think we can all agree. It probably wasn't good. Look, I'm apprehensive to call any criminal smart, but that's not a bad way to get somebody to open the door if you have nefarious intentions. I have some serious doubts that that woman could have kept the homeowner talking long enough for the 4 other men to ransack the place. So, what was the intent? Of course, this is isolated, but it is in the media and others might get ideas. This is going to make homeowners skeptical of legitimate drivers. Remember, you're walking onto their property, and depending on the state that you're in, they may not need to ask too many questions to take care of a perceived threat. Here's a few ideas to keep us safe. Google the address and look for a listing on Redfin or Zillow so you can see a picture of what the house looks like. If that house has ever been put up for sale, there will be pictures on those websites. This will usually confirm whether you're in the right place or not without you having to reach out to your customer. In the event that you can't find the address or a picture of the house, do yourself a favor and call your customer before getting out of your car. While I am very hands-off with my customers, an exception is if I can't find an address on the house. In that case, I will call my customer and say something like, "Hey, I think I'm in the right place, but I'd hate to accidentally feed your hungry neighbor. Do you mind poking your head out the window and make sure I'm in the right spot?" The vast majority of customers are going to be reasonable about this. Do not get out of your car and start knocking at a door unless you are very sure that you're in the right place, especially at 1 a.m. In the event that the customer ordered to the wrong address and you have an interaction with the homeowner, don't hesitate to open the Dasher app and show them their address listed in the app. It very well may just be one of their neighbors who fat-fingered the address, and that person might know where it should actually be delivered to. And even if they don't know where it should go, just seeing their address in the app could potentially get you out of a volatile situation. Well, this is usually a very easy job. We do interact with people that we don't know every single day, and we don't know what their mental state is. Follow your gut. If something doesn't seem right, call support and take the order back to the restaurant. Stay vigilant out there. If you have any tips for keeping ourselves safe, please do leave them in the comments section below. If you haven't done so yet, please do press that like and subscribe button. My name is Zach. Stay safe.